This is a March 2022 SAT collegible test. This one, no calculator section. Number 1. In the 1884 U.S. presidential election, candidates James Blaine and Glover Cleveland received a total 401 electoral college votes. The number of electoral college votes Blaine received B was 37 fewer than the number of electoral votes Cleveland received C. So which system equation represent the situation? So their total vote is 401. So not this. Should be either C or D. And then it said B is 37 less, fewer than C. So C minus 37. So answer C. Okay. Number 2. Find the value of P satisfy the given equation. So subtract 2P both sides and subtract 8 both sides. Cancel. This one cancel. So negative 2 equals 5P. So P is negative 2 over 5. Okay. Which of the following could represent the graph of the linear equation y equals mx plus 3? So y-intercept 3, m is a positive slope. Positive slope means going this way, left to right, going up. So it cannot be this. And then your y-intercept is 3, so this one only represents positive y-intercept. So should be C. Number 4, the equation y equals the square root of hg over x relates to the positive numbers ghxy, which equation correctly express h in terms of gxy. So you need to solve for h. So square both sides. And then need to isolate h. So multiply x over g both sides. Then this cancel. So h is xy square over g. D is answer. Number 5, absolute x minus 1 equals 8. X is a solution to the given equation. What is a possible value of x minus 1? Okay, so x minus 1, absolute x minus 1 is 8, means x minus 1 equals 8, or x minus 1 equals negative 8. Okay, so answer is A, because they ask you x minus 1. The graph of the linear function f is shown. Which equation defines f? So y-intercept, negative 8. So eliminate B and D. And then what is the slope? So you have to notice this one is not, each grid is not 1. This one is a 4 like that. And this one is a 2. So if you look at these 2 points, so from here to here is 6 and then 4. So 6 over 4 will be slope. So 3/2. Answer A. Okay? You have to be careful. Each grid is not 1. Number 7, a research institute conducted phone and mail surveys. The total cost of conducting these surveys was $5,000. The line shown models a possible combination of phone and mail surveys the institute could have conducted. So according to the model, what was the cost for each phone survey conducted? So this graph shows x-axis number of mail surveys, y-axis number of phone surveys. Okay, so what does that mean? Example. So this one 75, 75. So we don't know how much it costs for each mail survey, but if they conduct 75 surveys in mail survey and 75 times of phone survey, the total cost will be 5,000. That's what it means. So best way to solve this one, we can focus on y-intercept or x-intercept. But they ask you what is the cost for each phone survey. So we are looking for y-intercept. In the y-intercept, if it's 125, only 125 of phone survey. P stands for cost for each phone survey. That is 5,000. Okay, because y-intercept there's a no mail survey. So P, when you divide it, it should be 40. Okay, so answer C. Also, likewise, you can do each mail survey, setting up 200 M equals 5,000. And by dividing, you can find out the cost for each mail survey if they ask. Okay. Number 8, which expression is equivalent to this one? So make sure you distribute negative sign. Collect like terms, 3x cubed, and 1 cancel. So C will be answer. Number 9, triangle ABC and triangle DEF each have a 2 angle measures 35 degrees as shown, and which of the following additional piece of information is sufficient to prove triangle ABC is congruent, not similar, congruent to DF. If we go over what we have for triangle congruency, we have SSS, side, side, side. So as long as all three sides of the triangle congruent, then they are congruent. And next one, SAS, side, angle, side. So two sides are congruent and angle between also congruent. Also two triangles congruent. And you have ASA. So two angles congruent and side between also congruent. And you have AAS, two angles, two consecutive angles are congruent and side, one of the side congruent. Then also you can say two triangles are congruent. And for special case, right triangle, HL. So hypotenuse and one of the leg congruent, they're also congruent. So you have 5 ways you can prove two triangles congruent. So in here, what they have is 2 angles. Okay, so 2 angles. But okay, so this one is out. And then these 2 angles is possible as long as side AB and DE is congruent. But if you look at the answer choices, only this one I see that. Okay, in here, BC and then EF, this one. So that's angle, side. Okay, so angle, side congruent, then two triangles congruent. And then I don't see angle, side, angle. So in order to use angle, side, angle, should it be these two sides are congruent? Then you can say angle, side, angle. Okay, but this one, angle, side. So it should be B. Number 10. y to the 1/8 times y to the, you multiply this one. So 8, 9/8. Now you add up to combine these two expression. So which is a 10/8. And then reduce 5/4. That means y to the 5 and then fourth root. So A will be answer. Next one, number 11. What is the value of sine 3 pi over 4? This is a no calculator section. Keep in mind. So this one, if you quickly draw the terminal side in the quadrant, 3 pi over 4. So here pi over 2, 0 pi, and 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. So 3 pi over 4 is a little less than pi. So it's located here. And then reference angle, pi over 4. Okay. Reference angle means the angle between terminal side and terminal side and x-axis. So pi over 4. So and also reference angle is always a positive angle. And then it's a quadrant 2. So if you remember, all students take calculus. So terminal side located second quadrant. So sine is a positive. So using reference angle, the sine 3 pi over 4 equivalent to sine just pi over 4. Okay, it's not negative. It should be positive, not negative, because terminal side is second quadrant. All sine value should be positive. And then sine pi over 4 is root over 2. Okay, so answer should be C. If you remember unit circle, pi over 4 right here. So this one from geometry, 45, 90 degrees, 1 root 2. So sine 45 is opposite over hypotenuse. So which is basically 1 over root 2. But when you rationalize denominator multiply root 2 top and bottom, you're going to get root 2 over 2. For some people who don't remember the sine pi over 4, then you can draw unit circle and then find out the value. Okay, but if you memorize the special angles like 0, 30, 45, 60, 90 degrees, it will be much quicker. Okay, make sure you memorize the value. What is the graph of the equation y equals 2 to the negative x plus 1? So this one, y equals 2 to the x graph from this parent graph. Graph looks like this. And y equals 2 to the negative x. Instead of x, they put negative x. That means you flip over the y-axis. So like this. Okay. And now, what is a y equals 2 to the negative x plus 1? Then you shift this one unit up. So that is matching. That's a 2, and this is a 1. So that shows you shift this graph 1 unit up. So the answer has to be A. Okay, so working from the parent graph. Now number 13. In 2005, 10 flax plants were planted in a garden, and the number of flax plants increased 140% each year. Which of the following equations best models the estimated number of plants P in the garden T years after 2005? Okay, so you can think about A times B to the power of T, exponential function. And this B value, each year 140% increase, 1 plus percent in decimal. So 140% in decimal, 1.4 to the power of T. And your initial is a 10 flax plants, so 10. Okay, which one is equivalent to this? So 10 times 2.4 to the power of T. Answer T. Okay, So 140% increase, then should be 1 plus 4, 1.4. If let's say 20% increase, then 1 plus 0.2. Okay, 20% decrease, then 1 minus 0.2. Okay, to the power of t. That's how you're gonna set it up. Number 14. The complete graph of the function f is shown xy plane, and what is the y called y-intercept? Y-intercept of the graph if they shift this one, shift or translate 2 units left. Okay, so imagine this graph, you're gonna move 2 units to the left, and then what will be y-intercept? If you shifted 2 units left, your y-intercept should be this one, right? Imagine when you move 2 units left. So then what is a y-intercept? Then that is a 3 here. So 0.3. Okay. Number 15. One of the two equations in the linear system is 2x plus 2y equals 2. So when you divide by 2, x plus y equals 1. The system has a no solution. No solution means two lines, they are parallel, and so same slope, but y-intercept is different. They're never gonna hit. Then they're not gonna have any solution. So which equation could be the other equation in the system? So slope will decide this a and b value. Okay, so in the ax plus by equals c, so ab will decide your slope. So as long as ab, so let me label this way. b1 and then c1. a2x, b2y, c2. So as long as a1 over a2, b1 over b2, then they are same slope. Okay, but it's not c1 over c2. Then you can say no solution. So that means as long as the AB value, when you reduce, it should be same, okay? When they reduce. So should be when you reduce x plus y. So not this one, when you reduce, should be when you reduce by 3, this one, x plus y, and this one, also x plus y. Now, but this one, it has, when you reduce by 3, it's exactly same. That means that this one is infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution. The reason why is overlap. So that equation is a two lines overlap. Okay, so it cannot be answered. Answer D. So that shows your AB value same, but C is different. So that is no solution. Now grading. Number 16, g of x is 2 plus x over x. For the given function g, what is the value of g of 8? So you substitute 8 into x. 10 over 8. And then make sure you reduce 5 over 4. That's the answer. Line H defined y equals negative 8x plus 7. And then what is the slope of the line? That is perpendicular. Make sure slope for the perpendicular line is opposite reciprocal of the slope. So opposite reciprocal of negative 8 should be just positive 1 over 8. Okay? That should be the answer. Opposite sign and reciprocal. Now, number 18. The solution to the system of equation is the order pair xy. So what is the value of x? They ask you x coordinate of the solution. So in order to find out x coordinate, I'm going to match coefficient of your y coordinate here. So this one by multiply 3 and multiply negative 2. Okay, so 3x plus 6y equals 33. Negative 6x minus 6y equals negative 48. Now by adding, this one cancel. Negative 3x equals negative 15. So x is a 5. Okay. Now, next one, number 19. Rectangular prism A is similar to rectangular prism B, and the longest side of rectangular prism A corresponds to the longest side rectangular prism B. The table gives the volumes of in cubic meters of the two prisms. The length of the longest side of rectangular prism A is 6 meters. What is the length in meters of the longest side of the rectangular prism B? Okay, so as long as they are similar, I want you to remember their volume. But first of all, you can reduce this volume ratio. So what I'm gonna do is ratio volume is a cube of scale factor. Okay, as long as that two solids are similar, ratio of volumes is cube of scale factor, and ratio of areas square of scale factor. Okay, so to find out the best way is let's reduce first this one. If you reduce by 12, this one 1, and this one 8. Because 12 times 8 is 96. So then your scale factor should be cube root of 8, which is a 2. Cube root of 1 is 1. So answer is a 2 to 1. Okay, scale factor is 2 to 1. And they said prism A, the bigger prism A is bigger than prism B. So bigger one is a 6 meter. And now what is the corresponding size in smaller volume? Then should be 6 divided by 2. So answer should be 3. Okay, because scale factor is a 2 to 1. So bigger one to smaller one is a ratio, any side ratio 2 to 1. So longest side in the prism A is a 6, and the longest side prism B should be 3. Okay, so ratio of the volume is a cube of scale factor. So to find out scale factor, then you have to put cubic root. Okay, cube root. Number 20. One solution to the given equation can be written as x equals 5 plus root n is a constant, and what is the value of n? So this one shows it's not gonna be factorable. So then go ahead and use the quadratic formula. So x equals negative b squared minus 4ac, so 100 minus 4 all over 2a. 10 plus minus square root 4 times 14, 56. So 100 minus 56, that's a 44. 10 plus minus root 44, 4 times 11. So 2 root 11 over 2. Now you reduce by 2, top and bottom. So 5 plus minus root 11. Okay, when you reduce. So your n value should be 11. Okay, that's your final answer. Okay, that's it for no calculator section, and then I will see you in the calculator section next.